for about 5. At the time of her flower, there's an angel. And her fellow is still picking up flowers, and she noticed that her harrow is so fading. She's going to be born, so she dropped down into the ravine for 80 years. 80 years at a time of picking up flowers in the garden up there, and he would go up there and join her friends. Pick up flowers? Picking up flowers in heaven, huh?
Heavenly flowers, doesn't matter. But there's the same story about a woman, a deva, who had a husband. And then, she also faded away and was born. And she wanted to come back to her husband. So 75 years of her life, and she just served. I mean, what I tell you, when you want to go to heaven, you have to be generous, you have to have respect. And you have to have gratitude. You have to develop that. So she served all her life. Doesn't matter. She had only one thought in her mind. She wanted to come back to the husband.
Where's the husband?
He was up in heaven. She didn't marry. She didn't, fool around with anything of this. And then after 75 years, she died. And she came back exactly to the same place. No. And then her husband asked her, "Wife, where have you been all afternoon?" "I haven't seen you all afternoon." Because times are very different in the heavenly realm and in the worldly realm. So she worked her butt off, for 75 years, just to go back to the same place where she has dropped out. I mean, who's willing, who's willing of us, to serve her? A few people. Most of us, want. Yeah. Want this, want other people to serve us, huh? That's certainly not the way to hell. It's not easy, I was talking before was about fear, the fear of death, huh? I mean, what is the fear of death? Really analyze it. I mean, it's a fear that constantly pervades our being. From the moment we are born until the moment we die. It's a fear of the unknowingness. I mean, sometimes we are in a situation and we don't know what is going to happen the next moment, and we are afraid. I mean, it's the same kind of fear. Because when we die, we don't know what is going to happen. And most of us, have a bad conscience and, they're afraid of hell, and that's where they go. I mean, people who go to heaven are not afraid of hell. They know they have done so much good in their life, it doesn't even worry them. But people who have done so much bad, they're of course, huh? I mean, the punishment comes. I mean, it's not punishment, it's just law. The law of karma is very objective. It's the most objective law in the whole universe. I mean, whatever you do is that what you get back. Whatever you sow, that is what you reap. If you've sown a lot of good deeds, you will reap a lot of good fruits. But if you have sown a lot of bad deeds, you will reap that. And there's no way out of it. It's a law. It's a universal law. It's like physics. I mean, you get a ball into motion and that's it. Wherever it hits, there it hits. If you throw it up the hill, it comes down. If you throw it in the wrong direction, it goes in the wrong direction. So if you do things, that go in the wrong direction, go against the silas, go against the 5 precepts, then we get the results. I mean, it's obvious, huh? We have it in our sayings, don't do unto others what you don't want others to do unto you. But we never follow it. Because our kilesas are coming up and say, no, I'm right. Huh? Or he's weak, so I'm going to hit him. He says something that is that is not pleasing to me. So I punish it. And as a result, you get punished. Actually, the moment you punish somebody else, you feel the pain inside your chest. But most of the people, because they are not mindful, do not realize it. So actually you get two punishments. You feel the pain that you put onto somebody else, and then you get the pain back.
It's always the same pain, or is it different? Could be different, or is it just the same? Or it's maybe harder or not, or softer, what you get back.
It depends on your intention. I mean, if your intention is to smash his faces into bits and pieces, but your hit misses, and he doesn't get hit because his kamma wasn't like this, but then your kamma will be that somebody smashes your face in bits and pieces.
Okay.
I mean, it's not what you do, it's not the action itself, it's the intention behind the action. If you want to kill somebody, but he just evades, I mean, that the result of your kamma is that you're going to be killed. Well, he didn't die, but you will die. So it's not, what actually, what happens to the other person, it is, what is kamma is what is our intention. If I want to cheat somebody, that is our intention. If I tell lies, if the other person doesn't listen to our lies, that's his good kamma. But our bad karma is that we are going to listen to lies in our next life or in the next decade. Whatever. I mean, it's so easy. It's so easy and it's so understandable, but we just don't want to follow it. It's just like all these Christians. They have a very good sermon. It's called the Sermon on the Mount. I mean, it tells them how to behave correctly. But none of them can do it. Don't judge so that you will not be judged. If somebody hits you on the right cheek, give him the left cheek. I mean, it's difficult. But that is our basic. That is our basic upbringing from the West. Christian thoughts, And what do we take out of Christianity? If we believe in God, we go to heaven. If we don't believe in God, we go to hell. I mean, that's the only thing that we remember.
It's not so bad.
Well, if it would be true, but there is no God. Well, or there are lots of gods.
God is nature.
I mean, well, put it in the framework of Meister Eckhart, what he said. When he talked about meditation practices and the different rooms of practice, and he said there is one room where you one with God. But that is not the last room. If you go in the last room, even if God would put his nose in there, he wouldn't be God anymore. I mean, he was killed for that. Because it was pure heresy. People didn't understand what it meant. But when looking from the Buddhist context, of course you understand. When you talk about God, in this sense, God is nothing else than avijja. The source of all conventional reality. Without avijja, there isn't any conventional reality. Without avijja, we wouldn't be here. Avijja is the condition for all phenomena to arise. So, if you call that God, that's fine. But then this God doesn't help you. It's just a natural law. I mean, you just have to look. I mean, you just open your eyes and look, and see what the people are doing. I mean, not only in the Western world, but also here in Thailand. They run up, if they have some misery, they run up to their gods, and in Thailand they run up to their devas, and ask them, to take off the burden, to relieve them from the bad fortune. But the moment, somebody wins in the lottery, nobody goes to the devas and nobody goes to God and asks him, to relieve him of his burden of winning in the lottery. Isn't it strange? I mean, doesn't it make us think? We only want to get rid of the bad things. I mean, if we find a true partner, we don't go to God and say, please take this partner away from me. We only, and that is the very nature of us. We run away from the unpleasant things. And we blame everybody else. We blame our friends, or we blame our partner, or we blame the government, or we blame the whole world, for our misfortune. And whatever happens good to us, we blame ourselves. I mean, when you look at it this way, isn't it, completely ridiculous? I mean, the good things are we, and the bad things are they. Now just think about your life and look at these situations. Where you blamed other people when something did not happen the way it should have happened? And see how you praised yourself when things happened the way it should happen? Look, I'm smart. I got this job, yeah?
I did it.
I mean, this is the truth, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, open your eyes up to the truth and you will see it, how hilarious it is. How we constantly fool ourselves. I mean, both things that come from our very own chitta. They all arise in here. Nowhere else. The good things arise in here and the bad things arise in here. And it's not other people doing something onto us. It's the kamma that we created that comes back to us and haunts us. And it will haunt us until we understand that it's kamma. And we get rid of it. I mean, every reaction against the kamma that we have, will increase that kamma. Be it good kamma or bad kamma. I mean, the moment we get the million and we give it away, that will increase that kamma. Next time we get 10 million. But it's also the same thing, somebody says some ugly words to us and we get angry. That will increase that kamma. Next time he hits us. Next time he hits us, we will react to it, hit back, and then he kills us. I mean, that is how it dwindles down. If you follow kamma, or how it goes up. It's not bad, if it goes up, but we have to develop it. And just think about it, how much of our effort it costs to be generous. I mean, we have quite a bit. Especially coming from the West, we do have quite a bit, huh? I mean, how difficult is it to let us go of material things, huh? And now think, the second step, when we undertake the practice, how much more difficult is it to get rid of our views and opinions and ideas and the thoughts? I mean, to get rid of a material thing is much more easier than to get rid of an idea or thought or opinion. Because we think we are this idea. We will so believe that we are these thoughts. I mean, there's just a thought, that's all. I mean, the thought swirls around, and who grabs it first, he thinks he's the owner of this thought. So, do you want to be like this misery person at the times of the Lord Buddha, who had a misery wife, a misery hut, a misery inventory, and still couldn't let go of this and go to freedom? Or do you want to be a king who gives up his kingdom and follows the way of the Lord Buddha? I mean, it's all up to you. All these things that you have, I mean, be it as valuable as it may be, they will all rot away. There's nothing, we know there's nothing that lasts. Some things last a little bit longer, other things last shorter. I mean, we can watch the decay of a flower. I mean, that is pretty fast, until there's nothing left. Watch decay of a stone house, that takes centuries, until there's nothing left. But eventually there's nothing left. Even the mountains are gone. So what you're hankering after? What is it what you're hankering after? I mean, we all look for something that is eternal, isn't it? We all think of ourselves, as being something eternal. I mean, that is not a wrong view. The chitta of us is eternal. But the things that the chitta comes in contact with are not eternal. That's why we call these things that we come in contact with, not me, not myself, that doesn't belong to us. The body is not me. It does not belong to me. Feeling is not me. It doesn't belong to me. Thought is not me. It doesn't belong to me. Memory and association is not me. It doesn't belong to me. The chitta just knows of these thoughts, or just knows of these memories. Even consciousness is not me and doesn't belong to me. That's the principle of anatta. All these things that we are coming in contact do not belong to us, because they all can die away. The three characteristics that permeate this universe are anicca, impermanent, are anatta, that is not me, that doesn't belong to me, and are dukkha, because we are attached to them, that creates dukkha. Restlessness, suffering, pain, disease, whatever you call it. It's all dukkha. And we stick to it. We attach to it. That's how we feel that we are not eternal, because we have to die. But the chitta does not have to die. The chitta, as Sanatana Mahaprabhu says, is the eternal tourist. I mean, he just jumps from one body to the other. From one realm to the other. I mean, if it's a pleasant realm or unpleasant realm, that's up to the kamma, the chitta, occurred or instigated. And most of the time, it's not really good kamma. Most of the people in this world, don't have the opportunity to come back as a human being for a while. They lost their permission. They're going down to hell. I mean, just like Jesus said. The masses are going through the broad door, or through the wide open door. That leads to destruction. Only a few going the stony path, that leads to heaven. Only few So, are you the few or the masses? The Lord Buddha even the Lord Buddha even said it much more clearly. When he was asked, who is going to hell and who is going to heaven. And he said, do you see the bull over there? How many hairs does he have on his fur? These are the people, this stands for the people who go to hell. How many horns does he have? This stands for the people who go to Nibbana or to heaven. 2 horns and 5 million hairs.
But I have a question. Why are a lot of people here now? 6 million, 6 billion people. Mm-hmm. Where are they coming from? Because all going down and to the hell, and they are
and people from the hell will come up.
Animals come up. Okay, so
animals come up, and hell beings come up. I mean, most of the people who are there on the come from hell.
And you see that one
Mosquitoes.
All mosquitoes come up. Okay.
No.
I don't think so.
No, the animals that can come up are the animals that are very closely related to human beings. Like dogs, like cows, like horse, like elephants. Elephants are very, very likely. No?
Okay.
They are trained, all these animals who are trained by human beings.
Turtle?
Huh?
Turtle?
Turtle?
No.
Yes, but have a very long life,
They have a very long life, but look at their life, what they're doing.
But they get slow and steady, slow and steady.
I mean, it's up, it's not out of the question. But when you look at how difficult it is to come out from the animal realm, then look at how the Lord Buddha says it. I mean, there's a lifesaver in the oceans of this world. And there's a turtle who goes and takes a breath, a sea turtle who takes a breath every 100 years. Yeah. So when is the chance, that this sea turtle, when it goes up, hits this lifesaver? I mean, that is the chance of an animal to come back to the human realm. Most of the animals, who eat other animals, just dwindle down. There's no way up. I mean, killing, yes. I mean, it makes them deeper and deeper and deeper, going.
They have to kill. A lion has to kill.
Well, that's what you think, huh?
Yeah.
But that is, that's what they think, and that's why they go deeper and deeper. We have to eat, that's why we kill, huh? We say the same thing, the humans say the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to live, so I have to kill. I mean, the Lord Buddha, in his previous life, he said, when he saw a lion and a lion mother and 2 lion babies, and they were hungry, they were nearly starving. He fed himself to them. Not taking care of his own life, and giving the life to others. I mean, that's why it's so difficult. Most of the animals, take lives. And that's what makes them going down. Only few of the animals, don't take life. And the horses, cows, elephants. The chickens, they eat. They love to eat, they love to eat meat.
And eat worms,
They eat worms and everything, and little insects and so on. I mean, if they are raised in the West, they just get chicken food, yeah? That's okay.
Yeah, that's why Tan Chan built up his monastery, feeding all the tigers near Tiger Temple. He said that he is going to save all these tigers from eating, killing,
Tiger Temple.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, of course, it is this kind of truth is very uncomfortable, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not motivating. I'm not motivated. No.
Give him time to think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. And then get the motivation to get out of this mess.
That's so,
I mean, that is the only hope. Now at the moment you have, and the Lord Buddha said that the life of a human being is a jumping board out of the circle of death and birth. This human life, I mean, take the opportunity at the moment that you're a human being, and take the opportunity to jump out. I mean, that's what you can do.
That's motivating it.
Yeah. If you don't take the opportunity, you don't know when you get this opportunity. And now you're going to listen to Dhamma. When you get the opportunity, in what kind of life? Maybe after 500 million years? You have another opportunity to listen to Dhamma?
It's a problem of choice. Is it really a springboard?
Yes, it is a
springboard. You want to go up or down? It's up to you. What you do.
It's very precious, very precious.
Yes, and look what the people do in this world.
Playing games.
That's why the Buddha said.
I mean, as long as they play games, in the computer, it's not really that bad. They don't do a lot of harm, except to themselves.
Yeah,
but if they're playing war,
Yeah, kill up games in this
like
world.
George Bush,
I mean, just look at the people around Hitler or Stalin. Where are they now? I mean, others, people who initiate a war, who are so responsible for so many millions of lives. Where are they? I mean, they feel the power, I mean, I say, do you want the total war? Yes, okay, go. And then he sends them all to death. I mean, the power, once we have power over people, I mean, it is really destructive. We do, from that moment on, most of us just do bad things, bad karma. We use the people for our own benefit. We're not giving the people, that would be good karma, if we have power over people, to lead them to their happiness and wealth. We only want things. Thaksin was the last example of that. I mean, he was one of the richest men in the world.
Who?
Thaksin.
The former Prime
Minister of Thailand.
I don't know.
But he wanted more, and more, and more, and he took it from the poor.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, where does he go? He doesn't. Lungta promised him that he will not have a country anymore, or a home anymore in this world. And he doesn't.
About his future.
Yeah. I mean, he told him, when he goes, he goes to hell. And for a long, long time.
But he still hasn't given up, because of the riots and all those things in Bangkok seems to be...
It doesn't matter, I'm just taking it as an example. I'm not going to discuss these things. I mean, the moment we have power, that's when we're going to abuse it. And no matter how much power or how little power, any kind of power, we're going to abuse it. So, remember, human life, having the precious opportunity of being a human being, and being able to think, being able to understand, being able to rationalize, being able to investigate, being able to concentrate. I mean, do you want to waste that opportunity?
No. Not really.
I mean, use it as a jumping, but to jump out, at least, enter the stream. I mean, that is the way out. Enter the stream. That's the train out. I mean, then you don't have to worry.
But it takes a lot of energy, you see, to win over a stream. That's why Hulu said, when crossing a river, you can, if you go straight, you may bend it down. So that's why we should aim a little bit north, because the current is so strong, so that we will reach the destination, the right destination. Anyway, I mean, crossing the river, because the current is very strong. If you cross just straight like that, the current will put you down. So we should aim a bit further north, So that when the current is strong, we will come back and go to the right point, to the right spot.
I think
I don't understand.
I don't understand you.
No, you see, you're going against the flow of the water.
I mean, I understand the physical.
Me too. Me too.
I understand the physical principle, of course, but I don't understand what is the Dhamma behind it.
Yeah.
Because the kilesa is so strong, especially in the first step of Lupi Lukona, is very strong. So that you need to aim up very high, very up.
That's your. You need to aim up for becoming an arahant. That you will enter the stream.
Oh, why not? So worst come to worst, you get to
It's our old topic. Yeah.
For instance, if he has the capacity to become an arahant in this life, and you try to motivate him just to be a sotapan, see, he lost the chance in this life to become an arahant in this life.
Yeah. I mean,
because
I mean, but if I see that he won't do anything,
how do you know? How do you know it's not this moment, but maybe next month or maybe next year?
No, Buddha says everybody has Buddha nature in their heart. That's what Buddha says.
This is the way
I understand.
We just travel around in this cycle of life. Sometimes when we saw Buddha and we say, I like to become a Buddha, make a wish. And so that wish will draw us to make kamma, good kamma in order to become a Buddha. And then we saw an arahant, I like to be an arahant. Yeah. And then we drop down in order to build up more merit. And then we come up to Buddha again, something like that. So that's why he said that we should wish to right to the top first.
To the top and then, okay.
Because we don't know how we have done.
Yeah.
At least you drop a few ranks here.
Right? We enlightened Martin who knows already. You know about all of us?
No.
I know, but
very hopeless.
But sometimes I have feelings.
What kind of feelings do you have, Ajahn?
Intuitions.
Yeah, I know what kind. That's why I'm asking you a question, but I never answered the question. You keep coming back the same sentence.
Huh?
What kind of feelings? Yeah.
I mean, when the time is right, I let you know. But normally I don't say the intuitions, but I act on the intuition.
So you never answer a question?
No, of course not. Why should I? I mean, it's not. If it's helpful, then yes. If it's not helpful, no.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be destructive for some people if I say, he can attain Sotapanna or he can attain Arahant, And he puts himself too much under stress, So he completely the kilesas I could do it, and they're ruining everything.
But either way, it becomes so big.
I mean, you have to lead them on the path. That is the most important thing. I mean, until the Dhamma really, sets foot on. And then whatever he's walking, and you encourage him to walk a little bit faster and walk a little bit faster. That is the best way, to encourage people, but not to say, you can become an arahant. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything.
It's a kind of paramina, Adhikhan paramina.
Yes. I mean, it is for some people, it's for certain people, this is important. For other people, it's not that important.
For instance?
You answer your question again.
Hmm?
You don't answer your question on your house.
I told you already the answer last time.
When?
Okay. Yeah, well, you see, you don't listen, huh?
I listen to all your talk at least how many times.
No, I don't record that.
I can repeat the words in a Jan quote.
I don't record that.
So I should do my own secret recording, Ajahn.
If you start to record, the words would come out. That's the reason why.
Oh, I see. It's a blockage,
Mm. I mean, if there's a recorder on, it changes the depth and it changes what I'm saying.
What's for me a little bit strange, so only the Buddhist people have the chance to get out of the Christian too?
Of course.
Slim Enderer, is it possible? A Slim Enderer in Christianity?
Yes. I mean, a few people attained it. I mean, why it's just, I mean, it's not. I mean, practice is the part of it. Yeah. I mean, the Christians do have the Sila, so.
Okay.
Samadhi is that the Ave Maria, or the Jesus, 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 or God, God, God. I mean.
But is this enough concentration?
Yeah. I mean, they have so much, some of them have so much faith. I mean, they drop just into Upachara Samadhi. And you remember all these stories that came out of it? Somebody saw the mother of Jesus and things like that. They're all nimittas. It all talks from Upachara Samadhi, so they have the ability to go into Samadhi. I mean, and some of them, do reflect about the body. In the loathsomeness of the body, it was in the 14th century, 15th century, was how to put yourself to lower your self-esteem in Christianity. So, I mean, they had all these ways, to go to Sodapanna or to Sakadagami. It's not, it has nothing to do with Buddhism. It only has to do with where the path is. And the path is Sila, Samadhi and Panya. That's the path. I mean, if somebody in the Christian world practices it the way, like Meister Eckhart did, then he gets to the fruits of arahantship. Yeah. It doesn't really matter, if he's a Muslim or whatever. If he's a Taoist or Laoist or whatever. I don't know. It doesn't matter. As long as he follows the path of the Lord Buddha. Doesn't mean that he has to be a Buddhist. It's just called Buddhism. I mean, I don't know what the next time the next Lord Buddha comes, how it's called.
Okay. No, it's Buddha. Buddha from the word one who knows.
The one who knows.
When they say when the Lord Buddha got enlightened, and they would say from one verse to the other, from one mouth to the other, that's come about the Buddha. Buddha has come down. Buddha is born like that. The word Buddha means one who knows.
But actually, there's nobody in the world actually at this time. No Buddha or
no.
Isn't it the same thing? Same dispensation.
A Buddha is a person who finds enlightenment by himself through his own power without teaching. At a time, where there is no path, not even books. I mean, we have the path pretty much, huh? We have a lot of books. In our age, it's the arahants that guide us on the path. Most of the books really misguide us.
Because it's written from the brain, not from the heart.
You have a question? Because the last session you were distracted.
We were distracted.
Yeah. You're talking away. Then I can't remember what happened. You mentioned that while you're a lay person, you're practicing, and then you even broke down in front of your colleagues. Could you relate the incident? Just some sharing.
Not now. I mean, it's just not. It's just not the time. I mean, everything has its time. So you should be patient.
I waited for so long, Rajan, to look for somebody to ask them, not through translation, what kind of dukkha they've gone through, because...
Of course,
oh my God.
I had to swim through the fires of hell, to get to where I am.
You can't really get through.
And that means physical pain, and it means mental pain.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Yeah. I mean, I was crying for 4 hours, just because of pain. Or not being able to sleep the whole night because of pain. Of dukkha. But I didn't give up. I said, if I can, if I'm still alive after this, I just go on. It means it cannot kill me. And it couldn't kill me. So many attachments we have. Can be material attachment that was pretty low for myself. But most of it was mental attachment. And that caused a lot of tears.
Mental attachment like what? Sonia? Because you told
just being high up in the educated society, causes you a lot of difficulties, causes you a lot of pain, once you give it up.
In what way?
You're a known scientist, then you give it up, huh? That causes a lot of pain.
Okay.
Criticism about, you causes you a lot of pain, much more than if somebody steals some of your material things.
Yeah.
If somebody steals your car, okay, that's it. But if somebody steals your ideas, oh wow! You're ready to kill. And you're ready to protect, your intellectual property much more than your physical property. So if somebody starts taking it away, of course you feel much more suffering than if somebody takes away your material things. So breaking down on this, it is very tough. Our mental views, that's what sometimes I think you just don't listen, I said, it's very easy, generosity is very easy with material things. But if it comes to us, to me, to myself, to what we think we are, it is yet so difficult. It's so extremely painful. It's much more, to get rid, just to get rid of an idea that you are right. It took me 3 weeks every day. I don't know how many hours of practice to get rid of the idea that I was right, that I am going to sue him. And I was already practicing. And still, every moment this idea crept up. No, I'm not going to give in. I'm right. I'm not going to give in. Yes, you give in. Yes, you give in. No, I'm not going to give in. Yes, you give in. No, I'm not going to. 3 weeks. Every day. Morning to evening. And in the end, I didn't give in. I did give in. I didn't sue him. I just let go of the idea that I was wrong. Just think for us Westerners, how it's difficult to, if the moment we think we are right, can you let go? No. Because you have all this rationalism behind it that tells you why you're right. You have all the books, all the laws behind you that tells you are right. And that's why you don't give it up. So you have to cut it down, give it down. And after you give it up, you see you're still a person. Has nothing, Not one of the gems of your crown has fallen out. Because the crown is in the chitta. And this is perfect as it is, nothing is missing. So mental ideas, mental opinions and views are the most difficult to get rid of. Material, it's not so important. For some of us. Now you understand, why the Lord Buddha said it is easier to fight an army as a single person than to fight oneself. What is left if you fight yourself? Nothing. You cannot hold on to anything at all. Because this is part of the self. Whatever you hold on to is part of the self. The only thing that you can hold on is Dhamma. And Dhamma is very simple. It's opening the eyes and say Buddha, 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 Buddha. until the mind is calm. And then you do investigation, until the mind is fatigued. Then you do Buddha. And then after that you do investigation. And that's what you can hold on to when everything else breaks loose. I mean, you can try to put an atom bomb inside it, and blow up your ideas. The faster you do, the pain will be a little bit greater, but the sooner it's gone. I mean, constantly, every moment we think, we built this castle that makes us. And the moment somebody else says something just the opposite, we are going to defend it. And the stronger the castle gets. And the moment, if we start just for 3 days, not to think any thought with I mean ourself, our construction, it's nothing else than a construction, we'll become very shaky like a card house. And then we get terribly afraid. So we see it's a construction. I mean, there's nothing real behind it. Everything that what we think of ourselves is a construction. It's pretty solid for some people, it's cement, it's thick cement. Iron cast. But we can, by our daily work, we can get rid of it. I mean, try it out, See it, how it falls apart. If you don't allow any I thoughts, to cross the mind. I mean, it starts, when you feel, okay, when you feel afraid, okay, then stop, And then do some Buddha meditation, get into Upachara Samadhi and see what is left. Or go into Appana Samadhi and see what is left. That is never going to vanish. Whatever can vanish, let it vanish. And whatever remains, that will remain. I mean, aren't you curious, what is going to remain? So why don't you put some effort in? Put some effort in your practice and see what is left. All the thing that you have to do is stick to your Buddha until the Buddha becomes so solid that you can't even think one more Buddha. And then trap in this Appana Samadhi where everything disappears. And then you see what is remaining. Then you see the Puru. Then you see the knowing nature of the Chitta. And that is what is never going to vanish. Because the knowing nature of the Chitta knows everything what is going on. Knows if there is a thought is coming in. Knows if there is a feeling coming in. Knows if there is a memory coming in. Knows everything. Knows if there is a contact with the body, or eye contact, or ear contact, or nose contact, or whatever. It knows everything, all along, all time long. If the body disappears, then it just knows everything. It knows this whole universe. I mean, there's nothing new and there's nothing old. And we open our eyes and see this, oh, I want this. See that, oh, I want that. And then we are fooled again. I.
Can I say this body wants this body wants that?
No, that is your idea what the body wants. The body doesn't know what it wants. I mean, it's just like you say, the robots wants this.
Yeah.
A robot. A robot doesn't want anything, it just functions.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, don't delude yourself, that this body has this raga tanha, this body has a sensual desire for a woman. I mean, the body doesn't know if it's a man or a woman. And it doesn't have any desires. I mean, it's a chitta who has the desires. I mean, the driver of the car has the desire to go from A to B. I mean, it's not the car. Do you think the car has a desire to go anywhere? It is as it is. And this body is nothing else than our car. And once this car rots away, we get another car. We just put it on the scrapyard and jump out and get another one, if we have enough cash. If you don't have, we're in trouble. We're in the walking hell. We don't have any air conditioner, any radio, we're just walking, that's hell. For a passionate driver, that is absolute hell.
But you can do the Buddha then. In the hell. Yeah.
You're longing for your car, and that's why you don't do the Buddha. And if you have your car, you're happy about your car and driving as fast as you can. So you don't worry about the Buddha. Only if you get sick or thrown out, then you think about the Buddha. Of course, if you are in prison, that is the best place, to practice. We get our food in the morning and in the evening, and we have all the time to practice that. It's not a bad thing at all. We are cut off from the world just like everything else. So.